I guess one of the biggest questions and the most commonly asked questions from our users is, how regularly should I test? It can get a little confusing.
There's a lot of factors that go into it, and a lot of it is determined by what type of test that you're going to do. If we think about it in terms of bike testing, a 20-minute test can be quite fatiguing, and you have to be very fresh in order for it to mean anything. So you have to taper in, and then you have to recover. So, that 20-minute test could mean a week of training. So you don't want to be testing every 6 weeks, because then you're losing, over a month of training time throughout the course of a year if you're over testing, and you're not really giving your body enough time to adapt to that test. So you want to, be intelligent about how often and when you're testing. Early in your training journey, or if you're young in the sport, you might have to test a little bit more frequently, because you're going to make improvements really, really quickly. I've been doing this a long time, and so there's not a lot of changes that happen. So for me, testing is, maybe a month into a season, and maybe that's it, because I'm going to race from March till December. So, it really is determined by the individual, and that's where there's value of having somebody in your corner that's going to help you determine when the best times to test are.
Right, great. So dependent on the level of athlete and where you are in your training cycle, if you want to go into your testing phase, or test well rested and give yourself enough leeway to recover.
And then you might, if you're doing a bike specific block where you're really trying to hit sweet spot a lot, then it might make sense to come out of that and test in that zone, or get a test that kind of that you've just talked to, right? We don't want to test if we haven't really talked to the test. I learned that in my college professor days, that kind of irritates students. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways. I might, with the athletes that I'm working with, we might do a top end block and then end that with a test of their top end. So we're not looking to develop their complete profile. We're just looking to see how well did we develop that top end.